Greetings, our fellow esteemed viewers. Thank you very much for viewing to this channel and thank you very much for subscribing. We appeal unto our new people or the people who are watching us for the first time to kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us thumbs up. You can give us likes, you can share the video. It is very good for this channel because it helps the channel to grow and it helps the channel to give you up-to-date happenings into the country and happenings globally. We provide the global context coverage that relate with the contemporary setup of the world with the linkage of our past history and current political happenings. We would like to wish you as a channel a Merry Christmas for those people who believe that Christ the Nazarene was born on 25th December, and we say that Christ the Nazarene is the reason for the season. And we will also join new people to celebrate Happy New Year because we believe that also we have to celebrate the new year. And we believe that new year, new beginnings, we must drop all the past and we must make sure that we begin a new journey with new thoughts, new ideas. If it were not so, today I could have preached the gospel of the kingdom of God by Christ the Nazarene as established in the gospel book, that from the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and I could have linked it with the current setup of the city. But today I would like to delve into the current situation in the country, particularly the legislature. We have the arms of the government, that is the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. These three arms of government, they have the doctrines of separation of powers, checks and balances. They work distinct. There is how they separate powers and there is how they check each and every function of the arm of the government. That's why the parliament impeached Deputy President, former Rigathi Gachagua, and currently we have the new Deputy President, Kithure Kindiki. That is a clear indication that these arms of government, they are working separately. But to my disappointment is that currently our parliament has been captured. The parliament has been compromised with the executive. We can say that they are in a union. We do not know whether it's a marriage union, because even if it's a marriage union, we don't know which name we can give it. Can we call it traditional marriage? Can we call it civil marriage? Can we call it Christian marriage? Or can we call it can we stay marriage? Whatever the marriage it is, we can say without any fear of consequence that parliament and executive are in a union. They are whereby they are working together. And I want to try to separate the separation of powers, checks and balances. And look at the interior separation of powers, checks and balances. In the House of National Assembly, we have the parties. We have the majority party and the minority party. The minority party is being led by the House leadership, Junet Mohammed, and the majority party is being led by the House leadership, Kimani Chungwa. Both of them have a distinct role in that house. That's why there was deliberate envisage of some of the provision into the constitution that the minority party will have some committees like the Public Account Committee, PSC, or the Public Investment Committee. They are preserved for the minority party because they act as the watchdog to the government and they act as those people who put the government into toss. Because we knew that when there was composition of the government or there's composition of the parliament, there must be majority party, and that majority party must come from the party that has formed the government. Because when you form the government, you have the speaker, deputy speaker, you are going to form the majority of the members in that house. And that's where we have that distinct majority and minority. But now minority and majority are working together. Junet Mohammed, Kimani Ichung'wah, they are working shoulder to shoulder. They are like the Siamese twins. They are inseparable. But with the help of a physician, like what Carson did to the Siamese twins, he separated them. Now, the people should separate the majority and the minority because it's good for the country. If they are together, they are going to pass legislations that are going, even if they are bad laws, they are going to pass them. That even the legislation which are unpopular to the people, they are going to pass them. It's dangerous for the country. That's why we decided today to call out that office of the minority and majority not to work together, because it is not good for the country, it's not good for the legislation, it's not good for the oversight, it's also not good for the representation, because these guys, they had a mandate with the electorate. They've never had any mandate with their principles. It is the electorate who put them into those positions, and they should work for the electorate, not their principles. That's why we are saying, as a country, let us distinct between the minority and the majority in that house for the betterment of the legislation, oversight, and representation. And lastly, I would like to talk about the issue of abduction and the issue of computer and cybercrime. You understand that currently there is an call out by two leaders, Janet Mohammed and Kimani Chungwa, to implement Computer and Cybercrime Act. They are calling them jointly to punish the people who are using social media. Particularly, they are targeting the millennials and the Gen Zs, because Gen X or some Gen X, majority of them are not gurus into the social media, and we are calling them out. Not, we don't want them to implement. Let them implement it, because the Cybercrime Act and computer should be implemented, and we support that one fully. Therefore, as a country, as a people, whenever we get an opportunity to demonstrate or to picket or to assemble, let us do it peacefully in accordance with the provision of the Constitution. Let us be consistent with the Constitution. Let us do it peacefully, unharmed, and let us not destroy people's property. Let us not beat the police. Let us not engage into battlefields with our fellow demonstrators. Let us call it. Let us do it peacefully. Let us have our placards, sneakers. You can have your jeans. You can have sports shoes, rubbers. You come out, demonstrate peacefully, vuvuzela, firimbi, so that we can put this government into check, because power exists where there is no vacuum. Power cannot exist where there is no vacuum. Currently, there is a vacuum, and we have to occupy that vacuum. That is the minority party into the National Assembly. Otherwise, I would like to wish each and every person into this channel, kindly, those who are watching for the first time, subscribe to our YouTube channel. This channel is very deliberate, is very natural. It has got no any plagiarism, it has got no any strike from copyright. We give you raw as it is. That's what we believe. We don't copy paste anything. We are natural. We advocate for civic education, good governance, social justice, democracy, human rights, inclusivity, equality, equity. We appeal for dignity for each and every human being. I would like to wish you Merry Christmas for this season. Christ is the reason for the season. See you next year, but do not fear of expressing your mind, provided you don't advocate. We don't advocate, we don't encourage incitement, we don't encourage propaganda to war, we don't encourage spread of hatred. Those ones we don't encourage. But if you are freely to speak your mind, we encourage you. See you next time. Have a very good day with your families as you enjoy your day. Bye bye.